hundreds and thousands of highly skilled women with an H-4 visa were not allowed to work in the United States until recently, and their inclusion in the US labor force remains controversial to this day. My name is Vidhi, and I'll be presenting my research pitch on the diaspora of H-4 dependent spouses in the US. My faculty mentors are Dr. Matthew Friedman and Jyotsna Kala from the Economics Department at UC Irvine. So who are these H-4 dependent spouses? To answer that question, we must first talk about the H-1B visa category. The H-1B is a visa category that brings skilled immigrants to the United States. It is set in place to fill labor market shortages. H-1B visa holders have the ability to apply for an H-4 visa to bring their spouses and children to come live with them in the US as dependents. In 2015, the H-4 Employment Authorization Act was passed, which allowed for H-4 spouses to obtain employment in the United States. Before 2015, H-4 spouses were not allowed to work. The inclusion of H-4 spouses in the US labor force remains a controversial subject, the main argument being that they are taking away American jobs. H-4 spouses are also largely left outside analytical discourse, meaning there is no official data on their demographics and employment trends, which is needed for us to determine whether they are impacting employment and wages in the way that it is speculated. This brings me to my research questions, which were, what is the demographic composition of H-4 spouses in the United States? And what are the effects of including them in the US labor force? Are they really impacting employment and average wages negatively? Existing research is mainly done in the field of sociology, using qualitative analysis through interviews with H-4 spouses. They find that H-4 spouses are predominantly women, that they are highly educated and mainly involved in STEM occupations. Our contribution to existing research is that we conduct one of the first quantitative studies to estimate and analyze the H-4 spouse population in the US. In terms of data, we use the American Community Survey microdata, and our years of interest are between 2011 to 2019 to allow for 4 years before and after the 2015 legislation that allowed for H-4 spouses to obtain employment. Among other descriptive statistics, we find that H-4 spouses are mainly female and that they are a highly educated population of 4-year degree holders and beyond. This means that they are in a position to positively contribute to the US economy. Additionally, our findings are consistent with the findings of qualitative studies in sociology. We also find that H-4 spouses responded positively to the 2015 legislation with positive rates of employment and increasing wages. Currently, we are evaluating the potential effects of H-4 spouse inclusion on the employment and average wages of US citizens in equivalent industries. Meaning, this question would help us answer whether they are bringing down employment and average wages. I'd like to end this presentation by saying that H-4 spouses represent a unique class of skilled immigration in the United States. Their unique contributions, experiences, and effects on the US economy deserve our interest. Thank you so much for listening.